let's get to it. So where did we leave off? We left off on working on the Dragon Girl. Hello, Snardom. Good morning. Good morning. What? Oh yeah. Okay. So we're gonna work on the scales or this pattern for the body. Not quite sure the best way to do it, but we'll figure something out. So it's very bright in here. 1 second. Right. It's so dim now. Dim lighting. Sunlight. It's because the camera sees in the corner this tiny amount of light. Oh, maybe not. I will do that. And then configure. Camera control. We'll turn up the exposure 1. That looks bad. 2. Brightness. That's not quite what I want either. Should I just keep this light off? I guess so. It's still super dim. Weird. Okay, well, it wasn't the camera then. Let's go ahead and hit default or turn these back on. This, apply. Okay, and then turn them off and hit apply and okay. And that's goofy. Why does that work? That really should not work. Oh, we're back. Ready to attack. I'm going to keep the scales off for right now, the body pattern. I'm going to work on the horns for the character. I should actually ask. Got other stuff to work on in the meantime, but where'd my claws go? I have claws. Did I delete them? Didn't I have some claws? Where'd they go? That's a little sad. Oh. Right, there. I was like, there's no way I lost them. And I did not. Why don't we close this side? And then here, we'll go ahead and crease it. Like that or so. That looks a little bit closer to what we're seeing here. Do one more cut there. A little too curved. Okay, looks good. And then we'll take these other claws, click this one and say object, link, object data. And it does not look like she has any beans on her hand. So move those to hidden. Oh, my eyeballs. Oh, sorry, I closed chat. 1 second. Okay, good. I feel like her hands are a little thicker than I have here. She also does have a little bit of grooves on the top here. Grooves. We'll add those in a texture. Actually, I should add. Yeah, we'll do that now. Cool. And then we can add a shrink wrap. Like that. Do a little bit of offset. Now we've got these little edges here. And then finally, we can add a mirror mod. So they're on both sides. Why is simple deform modifier called simple deform? It's way too awesome to be called simple. Yeah, where's advanced deform? Or maybe that's actually what oh shit, what are they called? There are other deforms. I forget their names though. Mesh deform and surface deform. I already have trouble imagining what I can do with simple deform. The options are limitless. Well, almost. So once we have it on there, let's do one more subdivision. And am I missing ambient occlusion? Hello, Mr. Mecto. Welcome. Rose down bad for that boobies. I get paid to make the best stuff. And let's move the origin over. And then we'll do the individual there. Simply form, lattice mesh to form, binding things to all the things, and realize my blend file is slow and the poly count is 100k. Wait, oh, those drivers. See you, dude. Huh? Talking to me? Harassing someone else in the chat? Bam, there we go. Nice. Look at those claws. Those look good. And then we'll actually take the lower one. I think we'll also give it a little bit of editing. Yeah, let's close up. You know, what does it look like if I just also link it? Body. Oops. Link object data. It worked pretty well, actually. And then we'll make a single user. I want the toes and finger and toe claws to be different. But now we'll link them again. Good. Hello, Zoom. Good morning. How's your day going? Hope you had a good week last week. Good weekend as well. We're working on a thick dragon girl. Thick dragon. Hello, specialty. Lots of thick, lol. Just what the doctor ordered. Love watching work, man. Thank you, specialty. I appreciate that. We're having a lot of fun today. This character's coming together pretty quick, so I feel like we're gonna get some good results pretty fast. Probably we'll get to baking by the end of today. The end of today's work session. Oh. I'm pretty sure the horns should look like this one. So we're referencing the body for this, but then we're referencing the head on this one, this image. So kind of an interesting challenge. I just want these to line up exactly, so I don't like that they're kind of floating off the edge. They should float a little, but not this much. Oh. About there. Okay. Better. Better. And okay, we'll just copy this material onto it right now. Get a little preview of what the eye is going to look like. I'm saying I think that looks pretty darn close right now. Maybe a little bit sharper on the nose, the kind of curve of the nose here. Just gonna sharpen that up. And then we do have our scales on the body. So this pattern here is what we want to make. It looks a little bad right now. I'm going to turn off the solidify. Oh. Well, shit. I accidentally... Okay. Looks like I accidentally extruded it. Same with this side. No wonder it's looking weird. I was like, that does not look right. Send that shrink wrap back. We'll give it just a slight offset this time. Something like that. Okay. The tangent normal is going to give me a lot more control. Over where and how these come together. Something to that effect. Now we'll add a solidify again, because it's behaving a lot better. And we'll also add. Hope you have a great last few days, Sam. I'll be joining your stream as a lurker today because I'm drowning in work right now. Well, I wish you well with your work, Zoom. And thank you. I hope you had a great weekend as well. It's been a lot of travel, and I'll actually be gone again next week. Next week I will not stream at all because I'll be traveling once again. It's just a very somehow that always seems to happen where travel just comes together. uh, but I appreciate that, and good luck again. Good luck with your work. Stay sane. Stay sane. Whoa, that's how to get up there. Okay. Right. It looks like the paneling does go under her groin. I'll have to find a good balance for that. Something more like that. And let me change my view. Flip start. Do I increase that or decrease it? Yeah, I guess I increase it. Just say 0.01. That way I can get a better zoom, better read of it. And then we're going to add one more thing, which will be a bevel. So I would like to bevel the edges. So I wish I could limit this. That should just make the edges nice and sharp. And I'll set it to %. Something like that. Okay. That looks pretty good. Good. Okay, cool. We're also going to add a geometry nodes. This one is very simple, hopefully. But we would like to make a geonode object, which we'll call splits. Split group. Okay. And what we want it to do is use a split edges. Now it splits everything. We don't want to split everything. We'd like to split only a named attribute that is equal to 1. That's the goal. And what is that attribute? Well, we should make it right now. We're going to add a vertex group. We'll call this split edges. And we'll start with this one on the top here. We'll sign it. And we'll search it, split edges. Now we do get a little bit of an edge there, though it's really hard to see. I was hoping the bevel would get that, so maybe I also would need to give it bevel weight. Darn. Maybe not split edges then, but delete geometry. Edges. So if I turned up the subdivision here, thin that out, but then we get that, which doesn't look super great. So we'd want basically another subdivision. All right, just split edges for now. I guess what we want to do is for each edge, which looks like this, we have this edge here, or this split right here. Then we have an edge like that. We want each of these points on the that's on the border to go away from the edge. We want it to move away from the edge. So we'd want to set the position of just our edges. Well, not just our edges, our edge neighbors that and actually let's do a like a really simple offset for right now. We're just going to move it out here. This is just to make sure we're selecting the right thing. So we'll do compare. It should be less than 2, I believe. That's the edges. So if I put our selection like that, then yes, we only get the edges. Huh. I'm kind of curious that it doesn't do this one. Oh, it's because of the solidify. Oh. Ah. Okay, so maybe this is working. Let me put this here. And I should have put the GeoNode there. There we go. Okay, okay. That's what I was expecting to see. Okay, so it's just my modifier stack that was wrong. Cool. Very cool. All right. So now we just want to make sure we turn the bevel weight on there on each of these slices we're making. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, that's what I was hoping to see. And so for each of our bevels that we make, we want to first assign it, to there. Then turn up our bevel weight. And then I guess we would need to add a cut here that we remove it from in order to offset it. Because otherwise, because this edge equals 1 and this edge equals 1, and then the subdivision adds additional edges, everything in here would also be 1, which is not quite what we want. So we'll just have to make sure. See, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we just need one more here. Well, assign and bevel weight. Very cool. I think that looks super dope. Super dope. Switch this to global, and now we can start getting these curves to look a little bit nicer. In fact, we'll vertex crease this one. Move it back to ensure we're getting that nice sharp edge. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I guess I would need to make a mask group. I'll do that in a little bit. So, okay, we make this a little bit higher. Hello, ASAP. Welcome back. How are you doing? We're making some tummy panels. Why is it so big? Hey, I exist. I help bring to life what people want. So I get paid the big bucks. Moderate bucks. So I get paid the moderate bucks. Moderately big bucks. Well, I can't put a cut there. That's okay. I just need this one to be split. Now I do need a cut here. Darn, it's getting a little jagged there. Can I just subdivide this? Oh wait, there is already a subdivision. Ooh. Let me undo that. That may have been too much. Let me undo that. I can just turn up the level viewport. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Interested to see how this comes out here. Let's take the solidify. I'm gonna move it down to 0. So I want it to actually touch the skin. That'll get better results later. Cool, it looks kind of like gummy, which I think is pretty cool. Nice. Awesome. Wasn't sure what to expect with this, but I'm getting the results I want. Still feel like I might need to separate this a little bit more, or perhaps I can change the bevel. Hmm. I think I'll make a YouTube short about how I did this paneling, like a mini tutorial. Miniature. I know there is some paneling on the neck, but it is very hard to see. People have big dreams. I missed that. I missed that one. So, the Princess Bride knocks out the giant, and he's like, "Dream of large women." My eyeballs. That's right. Do need bevel weight there. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay. Ooh. Cool. All right. Do we need some more? I think so. I don't have a clear understanding of if the paneling goes further down the leg, so I'll have to double check the client there. It does look really cool. I kind of want to put it in more places if I can, because I really enjoy the look of it. I like that it pokes out just a little. I'd prefer that did not happen. Whoa. Used to do something similar with edge splits or sharp edges, so I could mark sharp, add panels to surface, but that modifier stack gives some slight artifacts depending on the use case. This GeoNode setup makes it look really nice and sharp. Thank you, Snarkum. Yeah, I think I'll do a little, some sort of YouTube short to discuss it, because I do think it's a pretty solid and simple method. Sometimes that's a problem with GeoNodes. Like, oh, you could do this. But this feels more like just setting up a normal modifier stack, which is nice. Nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy, at least. Make them just a little thinner. Or no, not thinner. Closer to the surface. So we use a shrink wrap. Let's go 1.5. So it's a little bit thinner now, a little bit closer to the body. Still getting this, which I don't care for. Or maybe this is facing the wrong way. No. It's definitely just floating a little bit. I could also just sculpt the edges a little bit more. Just kind of sculpt the edges in. Or go the other way, which is push this in a little. Yeah, that'll probably bake just fine. May look a little crispy in the high poly. But once it's baked, I think it'll look really nice. All right. What's next? I think I may have to actually pause this character because I need to double check with the client on a few things. Specifically, I need to know what the crystals should look like. Actually, we can do the tongue. Yeah, there's a few other things we can do. So never mind. Not switching just yet. Funnily enough, the next character we're going to be working on, also a dragon. And what's pretty interesting about the second commission is that I was actually commissioned by a group of people. Hello, Popstar, welcome. Which I think is such an interesting way to be commissioned, where it's like they're all gonna share the avatar, and the avatar will have like a bit of customization that can be done. But I think that's a pretty fascinating idea, so I really like that. Kind of hoping to see more of that as time goes on. Interesting. I didn't think of that at first. I thought a group of people buying something, a company, a game studio. No, yeah, it's just a collective, like a group of people that all want like a similar character. Oh boy. There's a little gap right here. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, good. Ooh. Ugh. Mm. I'm just kind of making this one up. I'm not sure if this actually is here, but I feel like I want it to continue, so we'll add it. In fact, we'll do one more. Okay, good stuff. So now let's take a look at the mouth, because I can work on that next. I don't see much reference for the mouth itself. I'm going to assume it's something kind of like this with like these kind of canines, larger canines, something like that. Why that wasn't working. All right, something like that. Then I guess I will want the character back, and we're gonna go. We're gonna do. Right. I can do this. It's not quite what I want. I could just copy the mouth. Poking through a little bit right there. All right, it's just taking too long. Let's make a selection for the teeth. All mouth. Put that in there. We're just missing the tongue, which we'll also put into mouth. All right. So I actually really want the collection. That's just the body. There we go. Best viewers are already here. Get that out of here. What is the fastest way to do this? I could make duplicates to back it up. Oh, it's only when I. Okay, this should be fine. We'll have to redo it later, but okay. We'll add a apply the mirror, multi-res, subdivide, subdivide. So we can start sculpting in some cooler details for the mouth and step. For the teeth here, and I do want to cap them. In the past, I wouldn't do that, but I do think it's, yeah. gonna be. Hello, Sean. Welcome. How you doing? Teeth. Heck yeah. Well, I hope your energy levels return. We're working on a dragon lady right now. Getting her teeth all made up. Yeah, pull these gums around. I think that looks good. Something like that. But excuse me. Really is more like a push-pull thing than it is a sculpting thing. I just need to fit it over each of these. Use multi-res modify to sculpt the details like gums and stuff? Yes. Yes, I do. I prefer to make the correct topology. So what's nice about using the multi-res is that underneath it all, it is just this little simple kind of box shape. And I've already unwrapped it. I've already marked my seams. I know exactly how it's going to unwrap. So when I get in and start sculpting it, I know that underneath it all, it has the correct topology. And I get to shape it too. So while I'm sculpting it, if I go back and hit apply base, it will alter the lowest resolution or the lower res versions. So, but nice non-destructive, yeah. Nice way to not use the shape key and work non-destructive sculpting. Yeah, I think that kind of the multi-res workflow really holds a lot of appeal to me now. It's a little bit different. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I do think there are some pretty serious advantages. And if you ever spent some time working in ZBrush or watching people work in ZBrush, I've begun to realize that that is also how you work in ZBrush. You create kind of these shapes that very simple shapes that you then sculpt on. But the important part is kind of starting with a simple shape that you can just make your low poly from directly. In worst case scenario, you have a really good starting point to make your retopology or edit a retopology object from. Heck yeah. Yeah, Instamat's a good one. Probably what I'll be using for this character. Have to explore a few other workflows with it, but it's pretty good. I have a few gripes with it now after using it for a while. Overall, it's a very solid replacement for being free. But just a few minor things that are really, I guess annoyed me would be the best term. I'm deleting the bottom teeth because I can just duplicate these to make them. Oh, I don't need to delete the teeth. I just wanted that. Oh, interesting. Flipping it changed the direction of the strokes. That makes sense. If I flip it again, no, it's already broken. Okay. But hello, Namers, welcome. So I think I will have to duplicate, get rid of the multi-res. And add the multi-res back. And we can start sculpting it into place. I just can't trust Adobe after what I heard. I looked up why they're getting sued. Yeah, they're on their way out, is what I would say as a company. They're definitely they're just grifters. There's no they're just straight up grifters. And there are better alternatives out there now for a lot of their software. There's actually just better options. Especially like Procreate if you're doing illustration. Apparently they're coming out, Procreate's coming out with a desktop version, which I'm quite excited about. I hope so. Instant is what I will use. Well, good. Clip Studio is good. It's very suited for like comics and things like that. been trying to find time to use my ZBrush. It's a great program. Fantastic, really. I may the program I'm really wanting to check out right now is a Marvelous Designer. That's what I really want to attempt to use sometime. Slowly transitioning. I stepped away from Adobe years ago. Now I'm using Blender for most things. I use Blender for 2D. I use it for 3D. I use it to mow the lawn. I use it to get the mail, etc. What's funny is Blender really is that versatile. I'm pretty sure you could make it connected to your lawnmower. I don't know what you do with it, but the possibility is there. Mow default cubes. I like your words, funny man. Got that one? It is cool. Good. I'd already phased out most of my 3D software subscription using Blender for most of them too. Just my PC being weird sometimes, and Blender every so often crashes. Blender does crash every now and then. But so do most softwares, honestly. It is kind of just the state of software these days. I feel like Blender would crash just as often on Nets's computers. It's part of the process. Exactly. Exactamundo. Mundo. Hello, I am Mundo. Actually, just need to make sure I'm not altering anything else on the body. Nammers, for some reason, I imagine he is the Mafia guy from Boondock Saints telling me, tell me a funny joke, funny man. You call me the funny man, right? Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's a good movie. Doesn't that guy die? It's getting better at not crashing. I collected way too many backup files because I am paranoid of the crashes. I love how in one of the Blender head episodes from Blender Org, one of the devs work on something. You see Blender collapse, and he mentions how well versed he has become in the art of Control S. It's years with Blender. It is. It's yeah, same. It does become instinct after a while. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Oops. Well, all right. It's going to zoom down there. Weird. Should be pointed. It's going to come to a point. Ah. What the? I'm not. Oh my gosh. It's so annoying. The Control Z sometimes doesn't actually, or goes back too far. I have to collapse these into an actual point. Topology does not want to play nice right now. Yeah. Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? All right, just kind of crunchy. But I did forget to do this on both sides. I do feel like Blender is becoming talked about more and more, though. Um, also, I don't know if anyone follows 80.level on um, Twitter, or it's like a kind of CG news site, basically. But they recently been retweeting some VR chat stuff. It's like, oh, that's interesting to see. Because usually they talk more about like, what would be the word? Bigger industry things. And it's interesting to see them even mention VR chat at all. I'm quite intrigued by that. Good sign in my book. Don't use Twitter, too toxic. Do extrude, collapse, Alt S. Perfect. My experience, not toxic if you don't fall for that kind of stuff. I've yet to see a social media platform that doesn't have that on some level. It does depend on what you're doing though, because like if you're trying to engage with a community, sometimes people can be quite toxic. Oh, I have this opinion. Wrong. If you're just like sharing art for the most part, probably fine. But there we go. Okay, feeling good. Let's go ahead and make a backup copy. We've done enough work. Call this sculpt and still. All right. So I haven't done too much more with the scales here, but I kind of feel like there should just be a little bit more happening with them. I don't know what that means, but I'd really like to probably add a little bit more maybe on like the shins and feet. Clearly there's not any on the arms, but I think it should at least go to like the top of the foot. I don't think we'll have any on the back of the body. Excuse me. Gonna merge this. That's not bad. Yeah, we'll do that. I tried to retopo my character's braids, and oh boy, I do not understand that yet now. Retopo can certainly be difficult. Is there some I'll have to I'd be happy to take a look at that today in class. Dang, that does look good. Pleased with that. We'll do one more little panel here. I don't know. That feels a little weird. Just feels a little smooth there. Then I don't think she has any scales on her back. I don't see any scale patterns on the breast. I'm assuming there's a little bit here. Perhaps they connect. We can have these connect. How are you doing those scales? I'm curious how you made them. So it mostly comes down to this modifier stack here. So I have a mirror. I'll just break down the stack here. So I've got a mirror modifier at the start, which uses this mesh. And I'm just using my snapping tool to snap it to the body. And then we subdivide. So we first mirror, then we subdivide. Then we shrink wrap to the body's surface. Then I use a geometry nodes object, which is pretty simple. Basically, it just takes, actually, in fact, I can get rid of this. Quite simple. Takes in the geometry, looks for this attribute that I've created, which is just a vertex group called split edges. And I assign the same these edges here, the ones that are then getting solidified. So you can see, let me just mute it. So with, without. So it's splitting these edges here, and the solidify makes it a lot easier to see. But all it looks for is, looks for this attribute, looks for edges that have a, that are completely equal to it, and then it splits it. So that way I can keep kind of this main quilt, and then I pass it into the next modifier, which solidifies it, and then we do a little bevel to make the edges a little nicer. Yeah. I'm going to do a little YouTube short for that one. I think it'd be worth sharing. Pretty useful. I need to start doing more YouTube shorts and stuff like that. For the brand. For the brand. Yeah, I like it. It keeps things flexible. You gotta work on things still while keeping them easy to edit. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Hmm. Do I do that or do I continue it down? I just feel stupid. My problem is I have a Mark Sharp setup for similar stuff. Was I don't have too much geometry. Just added a wrap mesh around my bake. Like what you do now. To be able to draw my geometry more detail, giving me ideas again. Good. Good. Hello, Liv Junior 120. Welcome back. It's been a while. Been a while. Can't see shit. I love loop tools. I love loop tools. Take this edge. Relax. Relax the edge. The edge is sleepy now. The boulder. Why does the model look like what? I want this little strip on the sides. Looks kind of nice. I think I need to make this a different color. Just so I can see it a little bit easier. Or at the very least, different viewport color. I accidentally locked the mesh and I can't find how to unlock my model back for editing. Haha. So in your view, your what's this called? The outliner. You have this little filter tab up top, and you may have done one of these restriction toggles. So the if you literally can't select it, then it might just be disabled. Absolutely. Parts look big. She's a big lady. She's a big lady. Looks pretty cool. Make them slightly metallic. Ooh, that looks cool. Actually, I want to do that for the other thing too. Mild metallic quality. That's a little too much, but definitely looks nice on the scales. All right, cool. Oh, and then we need the hello, Evan Horn. How many C's in her thickness would you say? She's getting up to maybe the triple, quadruple C. Maybe triple. I mean, compared to some VR chat avatars out there, she's not yet reached her peak. I see those like they're like pseudo Five Nights at Freddy's avatars. Those ones are bodacious. Those ones are quite bodacious. It's some sort of like not safe for work fan game. Jesus. Bouncy. Certainly hard to miss. I'm guessing they didn't play the full game then. Yeah, something like that. I mean, good for them. They seem to have, I mean, they're probably doing quite well for themselves as a creator at this point. Beat. Five Nights at Freddy's, I think it is. I'll have to treat you on as an authority on the subject. On stream right now? I'm gonna look it up right now on stream. Those are weird, man. Those are weird. I said man, but really should say chat. It's a weird chat. Do not, do not. Abort, abort. Oops. This is totally unrelated, but the other day or a while back, I was hanging out with some friends. We all seen a booby or two. Usually two. The odds of someone having seen only one booby seem low. Just a singular boob. Whoa, 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 whoa. The toes kind of come to this. They can make a little point. That. This little wedge shape. Like so. And they also have another little raised area. Like that. Your mid-story got distracted by one booth here. That's right. Yeah, this is kind of a bad joke, but I was hanging out with some people, and we were passing this place called the Arboretum. It's just, I don't know if you're familiar with the term, but it's just like a park, and like a park with trees, arbor. Um, and I was like, oh, I can't believe they have an arboretum here as a joke. They did not think it was very funny. Let me tell you. It was like, oh, there's an arboretum here, and well, so a few of them found it funny, but definitely not all of them. You can see me saying that. What kind of reputation have I established for myself? Oh, should I keep doing that? Actually, I can do this. Oh yeah, that'll be a lot easier. Wait, I just clicked that. Freaking Blender. Okay, that's so annoying. But basically, when you click face sets, you can do a bunch of work, but as soon as you hit Control Z, oh wait. Oh no, it's because I switched tools. Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, I'll give it that. I'll give it that. Like what is going on? Well, that does make sense. All right, these do not need to be perfect in any way. They just need to be not misshapen. Not as lumpy as they are now. All right, that looks better. That looks better. Those one kick and you're gone. You're done. You're fucking done. Okay. Let's see. Has he responded yet? Okay. Then 10, 20. I think we'll keep working on the tongue a little bit. I probably could start the clothing too. Little booty shorts. We got some anklet socks or ankle socks. Are these ankle socks? No, ankle socks are shorter. Long socks. Yeah, we'll start on the clothing. That sounds fun. Ah, my nose. Like an ostrich. But what have you been up to, Evan? How you doing? Hope work's been treating you well. Been switching between super busy and just regular busy as of late. Now I got a Quest Pro and facial animations are even better now. Hey, that's super good to hear. I'm glad it's working for you. That's good to know. I was kind of curious. Yeah, I think remember you having a little bit of trouble with the previous hardware you were using. let's turn up that subdiv one more time. So close, so far. Shouldn't have any gravity. Zero's just not going to do anything, right? Interesting. It's still... Ah, I see. It's the collision here. I always forget. And it looks like it's just... No, it's not intersecting. Distance should be good. Oh, quality here. 15. No, 5. Friction on the body's at max. Oh, gosh, I always forget. There we go. Okay, so now it's not crunching itself. Now we can do this. Not bad. I'm actually going to turn that up. Quest 3, so it's a downgrade in terms of visual, small amount, frame rate, but it's worth it for the full face tracking for me. 100%. That's really just the only... Actually, let's turn this to 0.1 again and then turn on pressure. That's the only reason I'd really consider the Quest Pro at the moment. Still good, it's just that's too much. I think that's the main appeal. Not quite what I want. Flipped inside out. I guess I could... They're so slippery. Yeah, I had the friction on the body up really high. Maybe damping is what I need. Yeah, we'll say 0.5. Oh, stickiness. There we go. 1. 10. It's still flipping inside out, so I think I have to turn off the pressure. Or at least turn it down. Negative 200. Hard to contain. And negative 100. And I'll turn the shrinking factor down just a little. And the clothing add-on from Blender that mimics how Marvelous Designer works. Do you know which one that is? Because I feel like I looked at a few, but they weren't quite what I thought. Velcro boob should go up on your wall of fame for 100th message of the day. You win! Ding 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 ding! I want it to be stiffer, so stiffness. Two on that one, and tension 30. It's like kind of what I want there, but it's I don't think I'm gonna get what I want from this, to be honest. So I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't think it's gonna work the way I expect it to. But it is fun to try, that's for sure. All right, let's make the other items. Do a cube. I still want to do the. I think it's Simply Cloth. The thing is, the add-on still uses Blender's physics engine. Marvel's on its own engine, which is more advanced than physics in Blender. They also have some sort of tessellation thing that they do. I don't know what it is. I think it might be part of how their engine works so well. You're usually so with Blender already, like in reality. Blender's doable. The downside is it's just finicky. Yeah, it's just not optimized for that kind of thing, or for clothing. Got some decent results though. This takes a little bit of time. I'll probably try the shorts again. For clothing. All right. There we go. Go. Milian, as I noticed, either Simply Cloth or Divine Cut both split into MD has more things to it, like you can pull out the cloth in real time. There's a lot of fabric type presets and brushes specifically for cloth work, so it looks pretty useful for speeding up the process of getting the look you want. Probably not worth it if you're already experienced, though. Now you can change the tightness of the clothes and you can freeze parts of it too. Also, did not know you could sew in Blender by default. You use the weld modifier, I think. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry. Use the weld modifier to clean up the sewing. But yeah, they have a little checkbox for it. All right, let's give this a shot. We're gonna do the cloth sim one more time. But just for this one. Hey, Wade the Shiba, thank you for the follow. Hello, hello. We're about to do some cloth sims. See how this goes. The difference between sewing and just doing it how Sam is now. So sewing is like you have two objects and they come together, they kind of collapse, rather than here where I'm just shrinking an object. For example, I had a cube and we did a bunch of subdivisions on it. If I can click that, holy shit. Like this. Now we've got all these lines here. We would take like one side of it, let's say from here. Doop, doop. Edge loops, dissolve. And then doop, doop, faces. So that way it would bring together these edges here. So you would all the sides that are connected by these individual lines would collapse basically. So it'd be pulling it together on these threads. Much more fun to watch someone do this. I've tried to learn. It's such a pain. It definitely can be painful. You can texture a sewing line to illustrate it easier than it is to simulate sewing. That's the goal. Actually, why don't we give it a shot? Let's take our cloth here, remove it, and we'll make a plane. Can you put a cloth modifier after geometry nodes? That could be useful for making a little sewing thing. I'm not going to do that right now, but that would save a lot of time. Actually, I mean, that might be easier to do it. Anyway, doesn't matter. gonna do it this way for now. So duplicate, move over here, select both, bridge edge loops. Select boundary loop. Deselect this middle section on the top, bottom. So we're just merging these, edge, bridge. My God, I can do this. Bridge, only faces. Boom, boom. Edge, bridge, only faces. Okay. So now we've got this object. And so this is way more realistic with how clothing comes together. Like this is actually going to be way more realistic. But let's add a mirror first. And then we'll add a cloth. And sewing. Boom. You see it kind of collapses it. And I would really, geometry nodes would be easier. Yeah, Marvelous Designer. We're gonna do one subdivision. I would love to get, I think I'm going to get Marvelous Designer. I think I am going to get it so I can learn it. Because I do think that I would like getting realistic looking clothing is such a good way to add realism. Okay, it's collapsing too strong. Also pin vertexes in Sims and Blender, not at Sam, he knows, but I just saw someone mention pinning verts as a set position Marvelous Designer. Gotcha. I think, yeah. Back to cloth. We have the shrink factor on 0. Self collisions. I want to do object collisions 0.001. So let's turn down the sewing force. 1. Not very strong. 10. And did I remove collision from this? Because that just went right through it. Probably need to grow this a little bit. We'll do 0.6. Go down a little bit. Try that again. Not sure why. Oh, flip the normals here. Let's actually just check them really quick. Okay. It's a little bit better. It would be nice if they were denser. Why is the collision second so bad? Let's just turn up quality steps. 20. There we go. But you can see that it pulls a lot better. Cannot be contained. There, that's looking a lot better. So these are not reaching here. So I think we'll take this, these edges and kind of shrink them just a little. And then for the top, maybe I'll connect them to. We just need a little bit more material. Mostly just concerned about how the bottom's coming together, because those look good. That does look good on the bottom, how it's touching. A little bit more. Definitely got a big booty. And what we can do to help that as well is take the top. Need an elastic belt, lol. Since those at some point work against your simulation. Interesting. Yeah, the butt's definitely powerful. Oops. This is fun though. I do like doing this because there's a bit of a, I don't know. It's satisfying. Also going to stand it and rotate it a little bit. So maybe I won't rotate the object. That way I'm not rotating the actual. Too much material now. The booty will never be contained. Hello, Havaraka2. Welcome. Welcome. Better. We're getting there. Okay, so now what we're going to add to the physics is a little bit of shrinking. That's a lot of shrinking. Right. And these are not pulling together now. We'll do max sewing force 0, and then turn up impulse clamping to 1. Good. Max sewing force. Okay, let's try 50 instead. Still too strong. Zero. $50 is probably still too strong. Oh, I see. Okay. What needs to happen is that this side should be bigger. Not both sides, just this side should be bigger. And again, striking force is too strong. All right, that's much better. We can manually close that up. That's working pretty well. It's getting there. A little low. A little low. Hello, Arsenic. Welcome. We're making some shorts. There's a way to if I took this top edge, this one, we bridged these. Weird. Bridged, delete the faces. How does that work? What does that look like? Darn, it pulls it through. You like how it kind of bunches up though. It's kind of cool. It's a better way. So I should be able to mark it with a force. Let's do top. Assign that. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so a lot of it's just altering the shape of the garment. It broke. That's too much. Still a lot of material up here. Cool. Still open there. But I'd rather have the back of the shorts have a little bit more wiggle room. Front. I guess I'm not making clothing, so go in and make some cuts that you wouldn't see in an actual pattern. Almost closing, not closing still. Okay. Let's just keep being a little bit stronger in our changes. Do that right there. Boom. Move that up a little bit. Or out. Cool. Those are looking pretty good. Those are looking pretty good. Still want it to be a little bit tighter up top, so bam. Cool. Hmm. Not quite what I wanted there. Actually, instead of moving this one out, I'll move just this out. All right. Then what we can do is take the edges here, make a group called sewing, assign it, then create a group called weld, put here. We did assign those, right? So they will merge, they will actually weld once they're close enough. I don't think I need that actually. So I can just manually close that up. In somewhere? I think so. I think so. They are a straining. They are a straining. Turn the max sewing force just a little. And turn up even. Well, I guess that's not really the issue, is it? Make it slightly wider. I feel like they should have enough length to get there. Let's just keep increasing this until if I do that. Yeah, they have more than enough room to actually close that gap. So that's not the problem we're seeing. That's not the problem we're seeing at all. The problem is actually the subdivision modifier. Record play. Another question. I'm struggling to design a bike helmet using a reference. We couldn't find any answers on YouTube. Any tips would help. Subdivision modeling is what you would want to look up. Box modeling and subdivision modeling are usually the methods you would use to make a 3D model. Those are the kind of techniques that really help. Let me get rid of this one, and then now when I close it, they're still not merging. I would have assumed that this is why I need to use GeoNodes. Or there must be some way to connect these edges better. Because they are just not working well. Or I have to... Well, no, I know the amount of subdivisions I want. I will simply... Oh! No, I see. It's because there is an edge. There is a vertice in the middle of these. That's why. That's why. Merge by distance in GeoNodes. Yeah, I think it's got to be something there. Or that would work well for that. So I think what I do is I need to apply this subdivision, which worked fine, thankfully. Go to these here, delete them, and re-knit them. Bridge, delete. Bridge, I'm gonna turn off normals. Oh, but I changed my cloths. Oh no. There. They're still not quite closing though. So I'll make it just no. Why do one help? We need more strength on the cloth. So stiffness is fine. And it's up to 15 for the sewing force. Yeah, I think that's working pretty well. And then we'll do a weld. No, this fucking thing. Weld's not right. I need to just delete it, I guess. But a GeoNode would be better. Would give me more options. It looks pretty good though. Maybe a little bit of loose clothing there. Find simulation, you have to select them and then scale them to 0 to merge by distance. I think this will solve the problem. Yeah, I just would rather have a GeoNode do it. I don't want to do it by hand. I don't want to do it by hand, because if I have to redo it, then I have to redo it each time. And that sounds like a pain. So I'm going to do cloth weld. Plus cloth weld. And what we'll do is we'll scale the elements. Edges. So that scales everything all together. But what we'd like to scale is just edge neighbors with a face count of 0. Interesting. What the heck? Oh, that's with my GeoNodes on. What the heck? So this edge here should have edge neighbors as 0, so it scales to 0. Oh, I have to do that. Gotcha. Okay. So I should have done that before the subdivision. There we go. Then we can merge by distance. The same selection. It should work. Close. Not quite what we want, but it's very close. I don't trust this because this is everything. I want it to just be... Oh, I would need to capture this attribute. Okay. Oh, so close. Yeah, we get the Boolean, we get the point, we capture it as an attribute. Scale those elements. This should be the same selection. I don't know why it's not working. This one, please. And that one, but it doesn't want to do that. Why? I guess it should also be, should actually be a less than 1. That should be the selection here. Less than 2. Yes. Okay, so that means it's any edge that is on the border. You just solidify it afterwards to make it thicker, pretty much, yeah. All right, that helps a lot. Yeah, yeah, it does. It's funny because it actually pretty much already looks like this, but you just look at it the whole time and you're like, it looks bad, but it actually is basically working. Next, I would just want to make a cloth sewing, some sort of cloth sewing feature. I do want a little bit more fabric in the butt. Um, so it can kind of like clump a little bit. So I'm actually going to take this section right here, and we're going to do 0.6, give it just a little bit more fabric. Not quite working how I thought it would. Maybe I need to go the other way. Just want like this kind of look, fabric look in here. But whatever. It's not working. That's okay. Okay. Good stuff. One last thing to add. I want to see if the self-collision will work with this. Okay. It could make it a little bit smaller on the back. Look how it's dangling down here and here. Ah, but the self-intersection did help. Did help. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so not quite what we want. It's fine. How about like this? Still wish I had a more direct way to pull this to the other side. Perhaps this is going to create a ribbon of mesh. But it did work pretty well. Sort of. If Marvelous Designer, I'd probably already be done at this point. Hello, Nesh. Welcome. We're making some booty shorts. Important business in the land of VR chat. Oh, free trial? Okay. I don't think I'll do it today, but maybe tomorrow. Looks so weird. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Coming into my stream and calling my avatar weird. How fun. Geometry nodes is so cool. Thank you, Spixie. I appreciate that. MD is the goat. Also, pastries. Desserts of many kind. He's just, I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind that, I suppose. Maybe. Ah, but you can't. Oh. Oh. Simulation nodes. Vara, if anyone is saying the model's weird, they're clearly not seen many furry avatars. Who's going to claim it? This is for a client of mine. For a client of mine. Okay, so we can do a shrinking group. That could be useful. Why don't we try that? Let's say shrink. And we'll put this group in there. Oh my god, let me select this, please. I would like to click. I mostly just made it thinner. Do they have a tail? You might need to factor in for the booty shorts. I do have a tail, actually. So it might work out pretty well. I didn't like how that looked, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Be gone! Oh, I hate that I can't enter edit mode on that. Frustrating. I don't think it's merging like the last edge. I really want to try nodes for close when I get around to that. I'm excited as well. I think there's just a few that I can imagine using already for this. It's just oscillating right now. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember the other technique I used. Okay. This gets a little goofy, but it does work. So, what I can do is I can take this top edge here, duplicate it, and for now we'll actually separate it to its own edge. I did just in fact separate it. I did just separate. And that. Where'd it go? Should see something. Oh, gotcha. I think the the geonode's kind of betraying me on that one. I think it's actually dissolving it completely. It merges it down to one vertice, so I can't see it after I extract it. So we'll get rid of the geonode there, hide this here, hit this, and instead of cloth, I will remove that. I will remove the cloth. And instead, I'm going to add a shrink wrap to the body. And we'll switch it to tangent. And above surface. Something like this. Okay. And then I will actually apply that. Oh, darn. Maybe not. I could just do this. And then I want to go to edit, space, relax it a bunch, bring it in, bring it down, bring it in. And I'm going to put this up just a little so I can see it. I'm going to actually G-stretch this one. Relax this segment. Doesn't really matter. The goal is to manipulate this until we get a nice straight edge along the body. Where we want the cloth to be specifically. Where we want the booty shorts to go to. And we're going to make another sewing group and say snap to this, because this is where we want it to go. So if I bring back the shorts, I can take this edge, combine it back, or sorry, before I combine it back, apply the mirror, combine it back, and now I can take this, 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 to edge, bridge, delete the faces, take this inner loop. Oh my god, I'm doing V shift. V shift. And we'll make one more group called pin. Assign it there. Go to cloth. Geonodes. Well, we get this giant drum. But you know what we'll do is we'll just do a delete geometry with a compare attribute pin. Okay. Maybe I should do that before I merge stuff. I'm gonna need a VOD of this later on. I want to reset that Geonodes too. This is such a time saver. Geonodes is so good. It's the best. There's some difficulties with it, but it genuinely, when it starts clicking, feels like oh my god. I just want to make a playlist of all your videos. All my VODs are saved on YouTube. Should you need to look at them. But that seems to have helped. I think we now have Now we can control exactly where we want the waistband to snap to without having to rely on anything else. And that's nice now because I can actually add gravity back to the cloth because I had turned it off to start with. Or no, I guess it is on. Never mind. Gravity was on the whole time. But even better, I can do stuff like the shrinking now. Should work a little bit nicer. Let's see. Go back to 0.1. Shrinking. Those are definitely some small booty shorts. Do 0.05. So it started clipping. I mean, if I just turn up quality, I should get some better results. What is going on? This little butt. Some sort of butt problem. Maybe no. Stiffness 1. There you go. I really like that. I think that's just what I have to do now. I have to, for each one, I have to go, okay, this is where I want it to actually snap to. It should not be snapping anywhere else. This is where it needs to go. Okay, cool. Because I do actually want to make a few more of these. Or I want to make at least one more for the bottom waistband. So if I take this, duplicate it and lower it, and deselect this, actually, it's a weird selection. Weird. Duplicate it, lower it, then take this edge, and also bridge, delete the faces. Now we're getting something a little bit more like an actual waistband. All right. Even better though, we can do a shrink wrap on the top to the body of just the pin. Make sure it's snapping to above the surface. And that way, our waistband is conforming to the geometry too. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cool, we got a little crease on the butt now. That looks a lot better. Might want this to be a little bit lower. This bottom edge. So I think for that, just take the bottom, move it down. Just a decent amount more material. Something like that. Redo the simulation, they look like hot pants from that mech you did. I like that. Xena Paragon lives on. How to find your course for free. I don't have any free courses, but you are welcome to join in on some of my classes if you're interested in that. Also going to take the bottom edge, And I'm going to just extrude it down. Because I think I want like athletic shorts have that little, yeah, little something like that. It is still bunching quite strongly there. Bunching. Oh no. Okay, that's just flapping around. They're a little high now. All right, one last thing. We'll take this inner loop, the bottom inner loop, which is really hard to see now. It's like a spider web. Delete that. Take the bottom here, scooch it up again. I want to show you some of my renders of character. Okay. What if you made it thick before you simulated? Would it bunch less? Unfortunately, usually solidify modifiers before cloth get really broken. They do tend to not just bunch, but they will self-intersect. Well, they'll end up on the other side, and then they want to stay there. But I can show you what it looks like with a solidify right now. A little odd, but probably need to make it much thinner. I think that's about the thickness of clothing. Doesn't make much of a difference. I hate the solidify. There needs to be a solidify bevel. That's what we really need. I also feel like it's getting crunched a little too much there. Let's turn down the shrink again. 0.0. It is getting pulled through the butt. My Discord server, one moment. Discord server. There's a self-promotion channel that would be probably best to put it. Okay, I think I like this. I think I would like the to go a little bit more at an angle on the edge. And that's really the final edit for these. And the best way to do that will be to just shrink it up on this side. Yeah. What the? There should not be any vertices there. I do really have to make sure I don't select that inner strip. I'll take a look in just a moment. Zero offset for the collision you could simulate as if it was thicker than solidify it afterwards. Yes. Close the body shape. Recommend make collision shape just for the shape. No need to render anything. Just make shapes. Good idea. So you can still sim your fluffy cloth sweater or dress. Still kind of getting caught up in the groin there. I need to lower just this section. Make sure we got enough. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. What did you do before to make your cloth sculpt brush run really fast? One of the brushes was better than the others. I can't remember which one though. I think it's the one where you grab the edges. That one was a lot faster. Other than that, you just kind of need a simpler mesh. That looks good, Dom J. Those are looking really good. Definitely very strong character design. Heading in the right direction. Yeah. Very cool. Oh, interesting. The subsurface is a little odd there. It's like purple. Everything else is looking really good though. Yeah. Let's go, Donna J. Very good. Gordon Freeman vibe, yeah. Gordon Freeman. Oh, yes. Yeah, actually, making a sewing thing with geometry nodes is pretty easy because you can just make a group and delete only the faces and then dissolve any vertices. Or you can't really dissolve vertices, can you? They need a dissolve node. See the cogs turning. Yeah, I think there's some simpler ways to do it. Fingers crossed. All right. So now we do have one other garment we can make, which are the socks here. But because they're socks, I don't really need to go crazy with simulation because I can just straight up take the body, duplicate and separate, and then we'll give it a little bit of displacement. Take off the multi-res as well. Actually, no, I should use a shrink wrap, or sorry, a solidify. And then only rim. Right about there. Cool. And then on the bottom, it's not a sock toe. Sock toe. What? Fuck. Why can't I see anything? Oh, solidifies back on. Oh, booba. Cool. Bazonga jump scare. Bazinga. There we go. I guess here too. Pull that out a little. Hey, join the Discord. Just asking. I can't find the link. Oh, I don't mind sharing it again. There you go. Bam. Bam. Bada boom. Okay, there we go. That sure looks like a sock to me. Really don't. I'm so annoyed with the standard solidify. It just looks so bad. Uh, 11:48. I'll be stopping in just a moment. We're gonna give our clock here one more try, because what I'm thinking is that, well, first I will have to apply the subdivision. You have a real radiant glow today, Sam. The AO in your room is completely gone. Will the link be here if I watch this video back? Or no, I'll join when I get back home on my way to the skin doctor. Oh, gotcha. Well, I hope that goes well. You can find my Discord on my Twitch, I believe. It's a little bit nested down, to be honest. I could probably make that a lot easier to join. Let's see, edit panels. Make a new panel. Add text. Discord. Okay, so yeah, now it's below on my Twitch. So you can just go to Twitch, and then there should be a link there. That may expire soon. So I'll have to figure that out. But need to make a Twitch account. Not too hard. I was thinking about to do streams on Twitch. So nice. That's awesome. You don't need a Twitch account to go to my page and get the link. You just need to go to Twitch. Sam Dutter's Twitch. You'll find it there. All right, here we go. Let me hide the shorts for now. I don't want to be re-simulating those all the time. And let's make a backup copy. All cloth simming. Save. And then on the tube top, absolutely. What we'll do is make an edge like this. Edge. Yes. We'll take both of these, call them pin, assign them to pin, sign, and then we'll get a shrink wrap. Snap them to the body using just the pin group. So now the pin group, snapping to the body. I want it to use tangent normals. Going to be above the surface. That will work for now. It's a little wrong, but that's okay. And then this one should be much higher. We'll just try that for now. Then what we'll do is we'll make a geonodes. Call edge to or create sewing group. Okay. And so this will take a named attribute. Delete the geometry in that attribute if, and we'll delete only faces. If it equals 1 with the attribute, and if edge neighbor equals 2. So if these things are true, we'll need an end, or no, end. Actually, it should be an end because it needs to satisfy both of the claims. No. One of those. All right, let's see if that works. And let's add in the group. And manually grab it for right now. It should just be pin. Do this one first. Delete faces, only faces. Did I not assign them? Did assign them. Should be shrink wrapping and deleting. What about points? Okay, so it's deleting those for sure. And it should be deleting edges. Should be able to get it to delete those edges. There we go. Okay. Nice. All right, so now we have our sewing group. And then we can add the cloth and give it sewing groups. It just falls down. All right. Not quite what we want. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. Oh, and our pin group should be pin. We're doing some clothing. Maybe it shouldn't delete this edge here. Yeah, actually, it shouldn't be deleting the edge. Only faces. But now I should be able to add a subdivision to this very easily. Good. Office below 30 degrees Celsius for the first time since about Thursday. Well, welcome back. Welcome to the land of normal temperatures. You did catch us right towards the end of the stream, but we've been hard at work making clothing for our avatar here. For our dragoness. Cool, that actually looks really good. Nice. Cool. Now we can actually start shrinking things. Oh man, GeoNodes to the rescue again. .2. The difficulty is that this edge really wants to be pulled over. I'll actually no, I need it to be part of the pin group. Actually, no. No, I don't need it to be part of the pin group. I can actually just delete that. Interesting. It's deleting the edge. I have to think about that a little bit more. So now I'm going to have extra cloth there. But that is closer to what I want. This drag here. Let's also turn off gravity. And for pressure, we'll set it to -1. Interesting that we also get this fall off here. That must be the subdivision interpolating the pin group. So what I'd want to do there is actually add a vertex weight edit to just above the cloth, take our pin group and remove upper inclusive bound, set it to 0.95. It's getting kind of stuck here. It's not closing the gap on the shrink wrap. Closing the gap on the shrink wrap. Which isn't bad. I mean, that is kind of what cloth would do. Just is not what I'm expecting it to do. Cool. Is this really worth it? Meh. Meh. Not really. It's not adding like a lot. I think I just get sucked into doing cloth simulations. Like, oh, I can simulate stuff? Better spend the next hour doing that. It's my nature. My curse. Oh, okay, I see. I actually want to go the other way. Nice. So I think that I'd actually want another group for the pin. Or has it? What I'd want to do is just apply the shrink wrap and then just edit this so it's not stuck there. Yeah. And then I can put this. Now I do want that removed from pin because I just don't want it to snap over there. I don't like the pressure. Makes it look kind of odd. Bubbly almost. Let's put it there, I guess. All right, that looks better. Still getting kind of this hang here. I guess it's shrinking and then forming these little peaks and valleys here. Shrinking. All right, we'll figure it out. It's looking okay. Definitely think the shorts are cooler. Oh, it is simulating them both at the same time. All right. Good to know. Let's take some screenshots. We'll kind of go from there. I gotta go get my workout in. Okay. Looks good so far. Thank you, Popstar. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I do think it's kind of coming together pretty well. Excited to make the spikes and stuff. All right. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with me this morning. I will be back tomorrow. I have class later this evening, teaching the advanced class students. Looking forward to seeing you in a little bit. Lot of fun stuff to get into today. I need to do a check and see where we're at and what we can focus on next. But looking forward to seeing you all in just a little bit. I'll be doing class about 2 hours, so I'll see you then. Have fun in class, everyone. Enjoy lunch. Thank you, Snardom. And Neighbors, I'll see you in class. Popstar, thank you for hanging out. Arctic, stay frosty. I do hope it cools down for you. Sean, gotcha. I might be too sleepy to even participate today. We'll see. Today is the advanced class, so I think we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow then. For because you're in the intro, right, Sean? I'm pretty sure. So today, you can get some rest. But we'll see you tomorrow for class. So you have fun on your workout. Stay safe. I will, Popstar. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who's lurking out there. Everyone who came by, gave me a follow. Super appreciate that. We will be back tomorrow, and we will be working on our Dragon Girl some more. I may do a really quick stream way later today. Definitely don't plan on that if it's outside your schedule. But I do have to put some other work into some other characters. So anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.